So good afternoon, one and all, and thank you for sparing your time and connecting with me today. And I thank you, Rano ma'am, for coordinating all these lectures so well and so beautifully. So I am here to with you all of to discuss on a very important topic. Before we go ahead, it will be a very light topic. It will be full of interactivity. So please be ready with your chat box, because you can write in the chat box and it will be sent directly to me. And I hope the setting is like that. I can see the chat as a co-host, Swapnil. Rano, if you can confirm that to me.
Yes, ma'am, please, we just confirm. Swapnil, you're here? Ma'am, I'll just confirm it over call
Okay,
now.
okay. I'm doing it to chat to everyone right now so that everyone can see it. I have done it. Okay. So
Okay,
I'm
fine.
Dr. Aditi Choudhary, student. Sorry for interruption. I'm from IITTM Noida, and today I will be discussing with all of you a very important topic. That is, I think, is something which you all should be worried about, as well as you all should be concerned about. So the topic for the day is it is your college and your employability. So you all have selected IITTM, and I congratulate you all for that. But there's certain important key facts and aspects which you have to keep in mind. And I promise you, those who I will not bore you much. I will definitely try to make it as creative as possible. And if you like Avengers, if you like Winnie the Pooh, if you like Harry Potter, so you have many interesting slides ahead which will make you laugh as well as which make you relate. So before I begin, a small question to all of you, and you can answer in the chat box. What is the one common outcome you all expect after completing your course? So you can just write down into a chat box so that we can see the answer. I repeat my question. One common outcome which have motivated all of you to join this course. ऐसा क्या आप अचीव करना चाहते हैं अपने बीबी और एमबीए के बाद जिससे आपने कोर्स किया? Okay, only one answer. Okay. Yes. So the answers coming in the chat box are great earnings, travel, job and traveling, employment, knowledge, placement, job, die with memories, not with dreams, tourism professionals, exploring, exposure, and a lot many things. So employment and earnings. So the one common thing which you all have written is employment and earning. And then you have written travel, you have written memories. Of course, everything is important. But the most important thing for which of course you have joined is your employability. Remember, I have not used the word employment, I have not used the word job, I have used the word employability. And this is something different than preparing yourself for a job, preparing yourself for uh, uh, earnings. This is something different which we will discuss today. And the main highlight of the talk is that this aspects you have to take care from right first day of your college or from today onwards, because it is something which you will not learn when you enter into the industry. You will not be able to expertise into it when you enter into the industry. You should have learned it within this 2 years of MBA and 3 years of BBA. And I will talk on this topic today. Before that, a small disclaimer to all of you, and the disclaimer says that whatever I am going to discuss with you today is not from a perspective of a teacher or from someone who is from IITTM. It is from perspective of a person who has experience of 20 years in tourism in different capacities, like as a student, as a researcher, as an academician, as well as an industry practitioner. So whatever I am discussing today, I have observed, I have felt, I have experienced, I have talked with people, and then I came up to this conclusion that these are some essential things which I have to discuss, I have to share with all of you, so that when you are there, you need not to worry, you need not to be regretful that, oh, sure, I should have known this earlier. Again, a very small exercise for all of you. So again, your chat box should be ready. First question, do you recognize the characters in the this GIF in front of you? Yes. So it's Professor Hulk actually. So you can just write it down. So yes, if you recognize Professor Hulk, if you recognize Captain America, so we are on the right track. And I know he's not Thanos. And I just want you to think hypothetically that you all are going to time travel ahead of your time from right now. Think after 10 years or 20 years, when you, of course, become one of these. And who are there? Any one of you can write in the chat box if you recognize any one of them. If you can write in the chat box, who are these stalwarts? If you can write in the chat box the name of the person, anyone even. Not a single name you people recognize. So the first tip for the day, your interest area, your interest circle now should have tourism also. You like football, you like Bollywood movies, you like Hollywood characters, you like exploring new places, you like fashion, you like Instagram. Okay, it's good. We should have certain type of passions. But now, one of the most important passion for you should be tourism, because these are the people who have changed industry. These are the people who have, from their own hard work, gained whatever success they have gained in their life. And they are, none of them have born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They were like us only, but now they are the name in the trade. So be it Mr. Inder Sharma, with the Padam Shri, owner of Sita Travels and then LPTI, Mr. Madhav Menon, the CEO of Thomas Cook, Miss Veena Patil, owner of your Veena World, Miss Deepa Krishnan, owner of your Mumbai by Magic, Mr. Zubin Kakaria, global CEO of Kioni. He is not a CEO of India only, he is a global CEO. Miss Shobha Mohan, she is a passionate lady for responsible tourism and taking care of Rare India. Mr. Sankalp Agarwal, the owner of Travel Triangle, and Miss Nidhi Bansal, she is the one who has inspired the company called India City Walks. So these should be your role models. Learn about them, read about them, because if they can do it, why can't we do it? So that is a homework for all of you. So think you are one of them, okay? And now, as a CEO, as an owner, as a successful entrepreneur, you are going to recruit your team. So what skills you see in your manager or your team? You can write at least one skill in the chat box. I give you 30 seconds for that. Quickly. What are the skills as a CEO, as a manager, you want there should be into your manager? Take your time and just write down quickly in the chat box what skills you desire that your people should have. No one is writing. Am I audible to all of you? Is the question clear to all of you? अगर आप कल कंपनी के सीईओ बनते हैं तो आप कैसे स्किल्स चाहेंगे अपने एम्प्लॉय के अंदर? क्वेश्चन ये है, क्या चाहेंगे उससे, वो कैसा होना चाहिए?
Ma'am, the chat is disabled again. We are just enabling it again. Huh?
Okay. Now I think I have enabled it.
Okay.
Now you can write, students. Please don't disable chat because a lot of interactive will be there. So it will not be of any use. Good.
Started answers, please.
Okay. The students are writing now. So I'm so happy that all of you are already aware of what you want from your employee as an employer. So we have again, Ranu, we should be happy. We have a set of smart kids with us again, and we will have fun and learning together this time also. So it's so clear that you all know what is desired from you. Whatever you are desiring from your employer is the same skills that are being desired from you when you enter into the industry or you become an employee. There is no magic. The truth is out there. So then again, question arises, if you all know why I have taken this topic, you all know very well, be it communication, be it honesty, be it the credibility, be it the knowledge, be it the right attitude, you know everything right now. So still you should think, why a ma'am is taking this topic, we all know it. I am taking this topic today because I want you to start inculcating these skills from right now during your MBA and BBA each day, and how you are going to do that. That will be the crux of our talk today, because I have seen once you enter into the industry, you forget all these, or once you enter into the stream of the work of your BBA or MBA, you forget this. And when you join industry, these are the feelings in your mind. यार ये बात काश पहले पता होती, कि मुझे ये पक्का ही पक्का सीखना है. I wish I had known this earlier, that is something very important which I have to work upon. And now there will be no time for you to go back to page one and do it all over again. So this is the right moment. I'm very happy. I used to share this with Noida Center students only. This time, opportunity is given to all of us by our very futuristic director, so that we can share these feelings with each and every student of IITTM. So I assure you that if you follow what we are going to discuss today, this will not be your statement when you join industry. So employability. I have not used the word employment. I have not used the word job. Employability means the two words which make employability is employ plus ability. The ability to be employed is employability, and it includes certain magical ingredients in your personality that can help you to succeed in all aspects of life. I am not talking about any job only. It's something, if you inculcate in your personality, if you mix these three ingredients into the recipe of your personality, you will be successful throughout your life in all aspects. Be a boyfriend, be a manager, be a son, be a daughter, be a husband, be a wife, and be a CEO, be an entrepreneur, be a good citizen. You will be successful, because what will happen the moment you start come in the flow of your MBA and BBA, your focus will shift from your long-term goal to your short-term goals. Like, I have to maintain 75% attendance, so log into the class and sleep. That will never help you to learn these skills. It will help you to fulfill your MBA or to pass your MBA or BBA, but the actual fun which you should have done, or the actual learnings which are there, you will definitely miss that. Each day you have to think, and then you have to work on yourself. And again, I will quote here Mr. Ranchor Das from Three Idiots: follow excellence, success will follow you. And this is the truth of our life. Whosoever you see successful in your life, they are successful because of certain important key characteristics which they have capitalized over the time. So you have to identify your skills and you have to master it. So to begin with, what is the ingredient? What is the recipe? So I call this as ask. And ask stands for A for attitude, S for skills, and K for knowledge. And this is again something not very new which I have discussed with you. You already know this. Many of you have written knowledge, many of you have written attitude. But the right combination of all three is most important for you. Sometimes you can find this in the format of knowledge, skill, and attitude. But for me, the most important and the basic ingredient to be a successful personality is attitude. And many times we have heard that you should have a good attitude, which you should have a positive attitude. And sometimes you find, what is the problem with my attitude? So today I will try to solve this dilemma. So what is attitude? Attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling about something. How you feel about something, how you think about something. And to make it more easy for all of you, I believe that attitude of our personality reflects in choices we made. And this is not only I am saying. There are many quotes and many successful people have said this. Like, to quote Mr. Shiv Khera, he is a very successful person and a coach and mentor. He says, success is not an accident. It is a result of your attitude, and your attitude is your choice. And to quote all the fans of Harry Potter, remember in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Dumbledore said this to Harry: Harry, it is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. So for me, my attitude is the choice I have made, and my choice will define my ability. And same apply to all of you. To solve the dilemma, what should be the attitude? I give you a very simple solution. Be very, very careful with the choices you make, the type of friend you select, the type of literature you read, the type of cinema you see, the type of books you read, the type of people you sit with, the type of thoughts you have in your mind. This is your choice, what you are thinking. So, and what should be the best choice? If you have this question, then I will give a small answer to all of you, that you all should try to build a strong character. If you have a strong character, if you have a strong brand of yourself, we are in a competitive 21st century where we work on self-brand. So you name a person. I have given you 8 names in morning, in initial slides. they all are self brands. They are brand. They have made themselves as brands. So you have to build a strong character. For that, trustworthiness, responsibility, caring, citizenship. Be very good citizen, not for anyone else, but for yourself, for your institute, for your society, for your country. Be fair in your dealing. Be fair with you, and give respect to everyone, including yourself. And if you think, oh, these are all big words ma'am have used here, I will give you a very small example. With a very small work given to you, and if you are able to create any one of this impression, I promise you that whenever there is an opportunity, you will be the first name in the mind of teachers to again hand over the opportunity. So sometimes students, when we have journal talks, they ask me this, then why should we are in age of internet and everything is on Google, so why we should have to go to a college or to some other place? So for that, then I research and then I find out the answer about that. See, institutes like IITTM, institute like IIMs will give an opportunity which is not possible for an individual sitting at home and reading through Google. For example, in IITTM, you can work directly with Ministry of Tourism. You can work on their project. You can volunteer in ITO, ICBB, different type of events where you do networking. If you work very well on these 6 pillars, you are able to select. You are able to create an impression of trustworthiness, responsibility, caring attitude, respect for everyone. Then it will be very easy for you to make your own brand in the industry. That is the opportunity you should not miss. I will give you small examples. Few of our students volunteered with Ministry of Tourism, and one of the students was so good in his networking skill that later on he has done many documentaries with Net Geo. Either it's Namami Gange, or it's the tiger, or it is the food of Kerala. He has done many documentaries because he said, I was able to create a good network, and then I was able to encash all the opportunities that were coming on me. So 6 students went there. One was able to do that. It means he was able to capitalize on his skills. And as a student, he has many qualities which I am discussing with you. So these are the 6 important pillars on which you have to work. These are the choices you have to make. Choose to be trustworthy. Choose to be responsible. And after attitude comes skills. The definition of skills is a learned power of doing something competently. Here we have to focus on 2 words: learned power and competently. So we generally say he is very good in interpersonal skills, he is very good in writing skills, oh, he is very good in negotiation. No one, when they're born, they are good. Maybe some, they have learned it and then they have become competent. So the good point about skills is that you can learn it. And when you practice a lot and lot, you become perfect into it. So this is one of the most important thing which you have to keep in your mind. Then the obvious question that will come in your mind is that, well, what are the skills we have to focus on? Definitely, I am here today with around 12 skills which you all have to take care, and you have to be very careful about them. But the truth is, again, I will be very truthful with you. The truth is that, here I will quote Mr. Peter Drucker, a very famous management thinker. He says, the only skill that will be important for 21st century, the skill of learning new skills. So I cannot say that this is the comprehensive list I am going to give you. As time changes, as time move forward, you have to learn every time. Everything else will become obsolete over time. So this is an important fact. Please keep this in mind. In next few slides, I will definitely discuss with you what are the skills which you have to take care and you have to be very careful about. Then comes knowledge. And what is knowledge? So the facts, information, skills acquired through experience and education. So remember the word experience and education. The theoretical or practical understanding of the subject. Again, focus is on theoretical as well as practical understanding. So I generally talk with my students when they enter into the industry and take a feedback, because of course feedback is very important for us to upgrade ourselves. So they have a very normal answer. Ma'am, theoretical things are there, but the practical exposure is should be more. But then I make them think back that that knowledge is not only within the class only. Knowledge is outside the class also. Knowledge is not only between you and me. Knowledge is within the peer group. And research says that the best learning and the best knowledge transmission happens between peer to peer, between the students. How many times you all sit together and you discuss ideas? It is said, big mind discuss ideas, smaller mind discuss people. So that is something you have to focus. You have to discuss new ideas in the peer group. Learning will be in the class, outside the class. And says that it is only restricted to the book which is recommended in the same, read it. Take extra effort. Try to do something more about the topic. So teachers are always there to help you, to guide you, to mentor you. But at the end of the day, hard work will be your area. You have to do. So focus on aspects, theoretical as well as practical. Acquire knowledge through books. Acquire knowledge through your. But keep in mind, books are very important. Said can, and for those who want to become an entrepreneur, particularly professors in life, start reading good books. Theory books, refer to Google. Don't do your history life. Don't refer to studies. Don't do that. Don't do engineer's note, because you don't know the credit of has given you the.
Ma'am, some internet problem is there. It seems your voice is breaking. Aditi ma'am, your voice is breaking.
No.
Students, let's wait for a few minutes for Aditi ma'am to join back, please. Aditi ma'am has joined back. Ma'am, you
I
can
think now
unmute.
it is clear. I think
Yes,
now
ma'am,
the
it's very clear.
okay. So
Start your video, ma'am.
yeah. So from which slide my voice was not audible? Shall I redo it?
And from one slide before, like from last 3-4 minutes, it wasn't audible.
Knowledge part I have discussed. Is it audible to students, all of you?
Ma'am, it started breaking from here only.
Okay, so okay, I will start again. No issue. I hope now the internet should not be a challenge for us. Okay, so I was discussing about why knowledge is important for you. A very journal observation for many of students is that the bookish knowledge is not important for us, and we should have more of practical exposure. See, I do believe that knowledge should be a balanced approach between your bookish knowledge or the education you get from the book as well as your practical exposure. Theory and practical, you should be a perfect blend of both. For my example, I have my base in theory. I have done my doctorate in tourism. I have been a gold medalist throughout, but still I walked into the industry and get practical exposure. So I think that is a very strong forte for me. Same applies to you. Without reading good books, you will not be able to change your perception. And why reading books are important? Because of this. Books train your imagination to think big. And believe me, the way you think, the way you become. It is a very, very clear truth. If you think that you cannot do it, you will never be able to do it. So the more you read books, the vast will be your imagination. You will be more creative, and the most desirable skill in 21st century is creativity. So please read books. particularly those who want to do something out of the box later on their life, who want to change the stream of tourism industry. For them to think something creative, it is very important that they should have their roots in books. From there they can fly into the world of creativity and imagination. And for those who want to become a professor, please read good books. Otherwise, how you will become a good teacher? And then clearing GRF net in one go will be very easy for you. Reading from SlideShare, reading from author stream, reading from your senior's note will never help you, because it is their mindset, it is their concept. If they have explained their viewpoint, why you need to take others' viewpoint? You should read, you should make your own notes, and then you should move ahead. So that is an important tip for all of you. And then again I will contradict my statement also. Knowledge is not power. We generally say knowledge is power. In the previous slide, I have written knowledge is power. Knowledge is power only when we combine it with action. If there is no action, your knowledge is of no use. So again, when we talk about action, we are going back to the roots of skills. Skills are very important. Whatever you learn, whatever you experience, you have to undertake that in your activities. You have to undertake that, the actions. And here I have written a new word for all of you, which is called grit. So if you go by the surveys done on millennials, you all belong to 21st century millennials. One problem which you all face is lack of grit. So what is grit? Grit is a passion and perseverance for long-term goals. You people suffer from the problem of FOMO. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. You people have the problem of short span of attention. You people have problem of getting bored very easily. You start feeling bored on doing a work in one time or two times. So that is lack of grit. And if you again go and see the survey of Harvard and you see the survey of universities like MIT, they say that the one single characteristic that was available in all the successful people throughout the world was grit. Go today and Google. There's a very good TED talk on grit also. You can listen to that and you can then understand what I want to convey this to you. So grit is very much important. So you want to adapt a skill, try to work on it for a longer time so that you become competent into it. Coming to the skills now. And these skills, they are around 12 skills. And I will say these are the 12 which I have thought that are most suitable for our students. But then again, I have given a disclaimer in starting. The list can be unending. But one thing which I will appeal to all of you, try to be jack in all and master of one. In one skill, you have to be best, even better and excellent than all the classmates. That is a competitive advantage you will have when the placements are there. Otherwise, if all are good, how the company will going to differ? So you have to be best in all, but master of one. The first and the most important skill is communication skill. You all said communication is important. My manager should be very good in communication. The reason behind this is our industry is people to people industry. In our industry, we have to communicate, and that too with strangers. We have to communicate with team. We have to communicate with vendors. We have to communicate with person either sitting in America or sitting in New Zealand. So if you should be very good in communication, certain your job profile like sales, they want you to be an extrovert. But don't think that only for sales communication important. Even if you are in operation, you are sitting in your office, you should be very clear in your communication, be it your oral communication or your written communication. Every time you write an email to your vendor, every time you write an email to your customer, you should be very precise in defining what you want to say to them. And for your good news, communication is something which is definitely focused in all theory subjects. So we try to make you communicate whatever you have learned through different presentation. But what I want you to work is that, think that your class of around 90 students or 80 students and your teachers is a type of corporate which you have joined, and then try to communicate with them in a manner you communicate with your colleagues, you communicate with your customers, you communicate with your bosses. So that is a role play which you have to do here only. And then if you are able to practice, because you will not become expert into it into single day. But if you daily practice this, you try to identify the different type of people and how to communicate with them in a different way. So definitely it will help you to be good when you join industry. So communication, be it written communication, be it oral communication, is most important for all of us. Then comes the next important skill, that is problem solving skills. I have often seen during placement that the company says that we have our own problems and we don't want your student to come up with more problems to us. So the skill you have to learn is that be the part of solution. And you should not be, you sit with problem only. For example, very small example I will give it to you, and this is not which you cannot do. This is the problem of, we are not thinking from the perspective of a solution. For example, if link is not working, so all will start cribbing on the group. Link is not working. Oh, link is not working. Oh, please reply. Link is not working. Very few are there in the group who take the initiative or talk to the person or create a link and then solve the problem. The problem was not big. We made it very big. For example, there is small problem that attendance link is missing. So please attendance link, please attendance link. You can have a different solution for that thing. So don't sit with problem always. And when you start interacting with your teachers, when you start interacting with your student, you will find that problems are there. But I want you to be think from solution oriented perspective. And another important thing, always separate person and problem. Sometimes I don't agree with X person, and if the solution is from that person, I will try to just counter the solution, not because the solution is bad, because I have problem with the person. So separate the problem and the person, and then try to part of the solution. You have to be thorough professional in your approach right from the first day. The third important skill is technology skill, and that is something you have to inculcate. And if you have to take this initiative, that other than your course curriculum, you have to work on this aspect. So if you have gone through the national education policy, it says from 6th coding should be started. So learning Python, learning coding, learning different social media platform, learning content management, you should be thorough into it. I will give you a small example. IITTM Noida social media handles are being operated by all students only. There is a team of 8 to 10 students who take the initiative, and they are doing it very well. And it means that they are learning. They have come out of their comfort zone. They said, we want to do social media marketing of IITTM because ultimately we have to learn it. We hand over it to them and they are doing it so well. And they have gained confidence. So now if they have to, they can write into the resume very well that we handled social media marketing of IITTM Noida, and the way they have quantified their skills. So the next important point you should keep in mind, all these 12 skills, you have to quantify it in your resume. If I say I'm honest, nobody will believe it until unless I have a proof to say it. So you say I'm a problem solver, nobody will believe it. But if you say that I organize World Tourism Day celebration with a team of 20 people, it means there were many problems, which is but obvious, and you solved it. If you say I am part of the debating team, I participate in debate and I am first in that, it means you are good in communication. If you have a certificate from Coursera, EDX or Udemy which say that you have done Python, it means you have technology skills with you. So whatever skills I'm going to talk today, you have to quantify that in your resume. Then comes the three important aspects: working under pressure and deadlines, organizational skills, and teamwork. I will start with organizational skills first. So organizational skills mean how well organized you are, how you give deadlines to your work, how you manage it, how you break down your work, and how you do it well in time. It is very good if individually you can do it. There is no doubt that individually we can be very good. It is very easy that you can be very good in your own work. But what is the trick in our industry? Our industry is an industry where we have to work with people. There is not a single job which you can do on your own. For example, I am taking your class and you are listening to me. It is something which is totally on my competencies. It has nothing to do with competency of X person or Y person in my institute. But when you are in tourism industry, you are in sales. The quality of the product which is being made by the product team, that is not your competency. But if there is a problem in the product, the customer is talking to you, you have to listen to it. So we have to work in group, we have to work in team. And then the problem of pressures and stress and everything start. So you can be good individually, but start working in groups. There are generally two types of situation. Either you are smarter than the group or group is smarter than you. So try to work with such people. If you are smarter, you should respect and make other move ahead. If the group is smarter, try to be in pace with them. If you are able to work on these skills, so you will be able to manage the pressure, you will be able to manage the stress. And 97% cases, you will get a team in which either you are smarter or the team is smarter. No, there are very less chances that you will get a team where everyone is like you. So you have to take care of these important skills. And that learning starts from your first year. We will give you group projects. We will make your teams. And then students come to us and say, ma'am, please don't put us in team. We don't want to work in group. I'm very good individually. I said, there is no fun of doing work individually here. It is not about your marks. It is about ultimate learning. So if you are able to manage a small group here, you will be able to manage the group in industry also. Because the tricks and the skills will be same. So you have to take care of that. Then comes the ability to learn and adapt. You have to be very agile. You have to keep on changing your learnings. Learn, unlearn, relearn. This should be your process. And because change is constant. So adapt to the circumstances, adapt to new changes, like you have adapted right now. Instead of classes face-to-face, we have virtual classes. So we have to work more on this particular skill, because only in that case we will be able to survive change. Next important is numeracy. Here an important tip for you. Be very good in Microsoft Office. Be very good in Microsoft Excel. Be very good in Outlook. These are the three important things which you have to learn before leaving IITTM, because they are often used in industry. The moment you enter into industry, maybe you have to work on an Excel, you have to sort the data. And if then you say, sir, I have not learned this, then you are part of the problem. Nobody is going to teach you in industry. They will say, oh, you have done MBA, you have done BBA, you have to learn it. So try to learn these skills, and then the drive to industry will be very smooth for you. Then value diversity and differences. So I have just discussed with you, the team will be smarter than you, or the team, you will be smarter than team. So the actual thing, if you have a strong collector, which we discussed in the first ingredient, then you will be able to value this diversity and you will respect the differences, and then you also learn from them. I was listening to one of the most successful person from IIMs, and he said that there are two important values which we have to inculcate in our budding professionals: passion and humility. Passion means that you are best in your work, but at the same time, you should be as humble as you can. Because the moment you are not humble, the moment you are not valuing diversity, the moment you are not respecting differences, you have stopped learning new things. You become a saturated person. So that you should not do. You have to learn from everyone. Even if you find a speaker is there and the speaker is very boring, try to learn what I should do so that I should not become a boring speaker. So learning is everywhere. Then your negotiation skill, most important in tourism industry. And then we have a set of students who say, ma'am, I don't want to do negotiation. I don't want to go in sales. My negotiation skill is not good. Then I say, this is a lie which you have every.
Aditi ma'am, there seems some internet connection issue again.
The problem, Rano?
Yes, ma'am. Last.
Student, I'm audible to.
Ma'am, the problem was with last 10-15 seconds only. You can continue, please.
Okay. So I was on the negotiation skill, and this is one of the most important skill. And generally, we have feeded this lie to us that I'm not good in negotiation, and I don't want to be in sales, or I don't want to be in an industry where I have to talk, and I have to be in situation where I can have a win-win situation. So what negotiation skill means, that each talk you are able to have the outcome in a win-win manner. That is the ultimate crust of negotiation skills. So then I give them example. You have never negotiated with your mother for chocolate. You have never negotiated father for your preferable holiday destination or cycle you want, or even motorcycle you want. You never negotiated with your family for the phone set you want. And I think you have even negotiated with them for IITTM. So it is a lie which we feed to ourselves that we cannot negotiate. We know how to negotiate, but we have to become again expert into that. Try to negotiate with the students you have. You have around 90 students and 10 teachers, which are a live laboratory for you. Try to understand what are the different personalities and what are the different strategies to negotiate and communicate with them. And if you try these experiments daily here in IITTM, your life in industry will be very easy, because 90 different personalities you have already met here. So work on your negotiation skills. Never use this word, oh, I don't want to work with him or her. Oh, I don't gel with him or her. It means there is some problem with your personality. Try to understand what is that motivates this person to work or to do the work. And when you do this, automatically you become a leader. And see, leadership is not something which is an inherent talent. Leadership is situational and it comes with expertise. So if I am very good in particular aspect, I can be leader into that. And in next moment, if you are better in that particular skill, you become the leader. So leadership comes with expertise. And when you are able to expert yourself in at least one skill, you will be leader in that particular skill. And then comes the social influence. I again repeat my word. You have to work on brand. For example, I work on brand Aditi. Rano ma'am work on brand Rano, because we have to create our own niche. And this is which we call the mindfulness, which is very important these days. I have my competition for myself only. Every time I want to improve my benchmark. And when you work on these skills, when you have a strong character, we discussed in first slide, we have a right choice of attitude, then you have a social influence. People start recognizing you and they start appreciating your work. And then automatically leadership will follow. So, and you can try this skill right now from IITTM. If you are able to, for example, very small example, we have WTT events, we have Swachhta Pakhwada event. There were many classmates from your batch only who have taken initiative, who have participated. And now we as a teacher, even before entering into the class and going through the attendance, we know their name. So they have started creating their influence because they have taken a choice. They have taken a choice to participate. They have taken an initiative. And for example, IITTM Noida, few students through WTD events, I was able to identify, oh, she is so good. She is from first year. Oh, he is so good. He is from first year. And this is the way they have created their social influence. So don't sit back. Again, I am repeating the word. Opportunities are there. You have to recognize. Same opportunities will be in the industry. You have to come out of your comfort zone and you have to work. And last and most important, be creative. And again, roots is in reading. The more you read, the more creative you are. And even Einstein has said, rather than knowledge, imagination and creativity is more important. Be as original as you can be and take initiative. You have to be original. Don't copy somebody, because if you copy somebody, it means you are a Xerox copy and you have no individuality. But when we have to work on our self-brand, we have to be as original. And this originality reflects the way you do your projects. I have given a project and you copy it from SlideShare and give it back to me. So for me, you are nothing. You are just a copy. If I have given you a project, try to think, try to research, try to talk, try to get answers and be as original as you can. If you're able to be very good in your projects in college, it means that whatever work is given to you in industry, you will do best in that also, because you want to bring some newness in the thing. It is very easy. Like I have given you a topic, you just Google it, download and upload and okay, I'm done. Which means that you are not working on the skill. You are not working the way you want to work or you should work. So these are the 12 skills, and you should, again, I'm repeating it, you should be master of this, one at least, but you should be good in all 12. When you become master in one, you will be able to differentiate within the batch also. And one important aspect which I want to share with all of you is that when you work on all these skills, and it is a well-researched area, there is a small cycle in front of you. When you work on these 12 skills, you master one skill, what will happen? You will be very confident. You will take good actions. Actions will give you results. Result will affect others, be in college, be in industry. They start respecting your contribution. They give you positive feedback. You get a social influence and your confidence will increase. So this is a vicious cycle. And if the first stage is missing, confidence is missing, and confidence came with skills, knowledge, right attitude. If confidence is missing, the whole cycle will be zero down. And so you have to work on these skills because you want to be confident, and everything will follow later on. One of a pro trip, because I started my graduation in 1999. I have done my bachelor's, master's, PhD, everything in tourism. So one thing which I have always used, the moment I am into something, I start thinking like a professional. The moment I was a tourism student, I start thinking like a topper of the class. I'm very honest with you. The moment I was I joined in industry, I start thinking like the CEO of the company, because that is the ultimate aim which I wanted to achieve. I am in IITTM. I am thinking from a perspective that one day I will be in one day IITTM will be as famous as a big name like Harvard or Cambridge or Oxford. So the moment you enter into a particular stream, your thought process should be totally about that only. It is all about the way we think. There's a very good book, Think Big. Please go and read that today. The way you think, the way you become. If you think that you are weak, you will become weak. If you think you are invincible, you will become invincible. So change your thought process from right this moment. You want to become an entrepreneur? Think like an entrepreneur. Read about entrepreneurs. You want to become a CEO? Be a CEO. Think from a professional business manager point of view. Have that personality inside you. Walk like them, talk like them. Your action should be like them only. Only then you will be able to learn all these skills. And when you do this, then ultimately what will happen? That you will go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. And as Steve has said in the Avengers Endgame film, that this is the fight of our life and we are gonna win it, whatever it takes. So with this, I'll end my lecture. Thank you very much. You have any question you can ask. I have still some time to answer your question. I will be happy to answer.
Ma'am, there are so many things in the chat. You'll have to trace questions. Now, one question that we can see here, if you are able to see, how can we
Only
develop
one
our
I am able.
technological skills?
Yes, Prerna, it is very important to develop technological skills. So one thing is start working on digital marketing. You do have paper in your third semester, but I do believe that one semester can be less time to read because you have other papers also. So we have a particular, I am just writing in a chat box, you all can see. We have an online website called EDX. You can go check today. There are many courses there on digital marketing. You can learn them. Try to learn first digital marketing, Microsoft Excel, that is very important. Once you have done with that, then you should go for Python, which is one of the most important language. And don't think that you cannot do it. Even I am trying to learn Python. So you can also do that. It is not impossible for you. Ma'am, can you suggest some books? Bhageshri Sahu, what type of books you want? Better, there are n number of books. You want to read some good motivational books. There are many. I have discussed during that our chat. You Can Win is a book from Shiv Keda. Please do read that. Then there is a book, Think Big. Then there is a book called Negotiation Skills. So for all aspects, there is a book. You can work on that. How I can improve negotiation skills? Challenge Singh, try to negotiate with those classmates who are not happy to see you. Try to think during your graduation or 12, there were certain students with whom you never gelled up. Try to find out what were the problems at your side and try to solve that problem this time here. Negotiation skill you will learn automatically. Shri Krishna, now you are if thinking about leadership skills, so don't worry. Leadership, I said, come with expertise. So try to be an expert and then definitely take one area. You should be best into that. Then the people definitely follow you in that. You have to create your niche. You cannot become jack of all trade, but take at least one area and try to work on it. Communication skills, crucial. Sony, speak as much as you can. Stand in front of your mirror and start talking to yourself first. Make a video recording of your speech. Listen to it. The moment you start speaking, communication skills will be automatically better. And trust me, if you have this feeling in mind that English is most important skill in trade, so I will say it is important, but not most important. Communication skills means when you speak, people are ready to listen to you. So whenever you speak in English, you speak in English, you speak in your language. You should speak in a way that your speech is structured, your words are relevant. People will listen to you. Language is not a barrier. No problem, and don't be very harsh with yourself. I have a very big poster in my room which says that to think yourself weak is the greatest sin. So have peace with yourself. If you have done something wrong, it is not bad, because we are human beings. We do mistakes, but we should be intelligent enough to learn from our mistakes and go ahead. So I will also commit that I have not done any mistake. It is not like that, but I do commit that I learn from my mistake. So if you have copied once, be very strong not to copy it again. Try to find out other ways, try to think and live that idea. Go and read Vivekanand today. If any one of you can follow Vivekanand. So I do read Vivekanand. He says that if you want to become successful, take one idea, live with that idea, breathe with that idea, sleep with that idea. So you will be definitely successful in that. You can, edx.org is there, I think. Any other question? EDX is there, Coursera is there, Udemy is there, but I found EDX most relevant. I am not very far away from you. I'm writing my phone number in the chat. Anytime you can reach me, I will be happy to help you. Just message me before you call. The moment you think, Kanche, that you want to improve your confidence, it will definitely improve. I discussed the whole cycle with you today, that if you start working on your skills and you become good in that, your confidence will automatically increase. Once you do something better, people will appreciate. And even people will, even if they don't appreciate, your inner self will say that I have done something good. And this is the way your confidence will increase. So don't worry. You want to increase your confidence, just focus. Whatever I do, I will be the best into it. I will put my 100%. Automatically, your confidence will increase. And I'm very sorry for twice there was a disconnection with my internet. Though I tried to have two internets simultaneously, but I can't help it. But I hope I was able to give you something relevant so that you can be more focused. But trust me, if you start working on this from right moment, and one important tip, start writing your diary daily, that today I did this. Try to talk 15 minutes with you daily at night. What I learned today. From each class you have to learn something. From each individual you have to learn something. And daily you have to work towards the ultimate goal which you have kept for yourself. Negotiation and numeracy skill. Negotiation, the way you want to have a win-win situation. And numeracy skills, how good you are with numbers, with data. For example, if I give you 1 to 100 count, how you are able to manage that data. Numeracy skill is something related with mathematical skills. I am so happy that you all are still here. I have taken the optimum time which was allotted to me. Any other question you can ask me?
Ma'am, there are good number of questions. We might end up spending 2-3 more hours answering every single question. I request that students, no more questions now. In case if you want to contact ma'am has given her phone number. You can contact her. You can message her. Ma'am will be happy to revert to you people.
Yes,
Aditi
we are
ma'am.
always here for you.
Yes, Aditi ma'am, believe me, this was, I am claiming it now. This was, believe me, the most lively session that we have had with our students. Thank you so much for the inspiration that you have given to the students. You have given a hope to these people, which is genuinely very good. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all the last 1 hour. That was the most lively hour that these people must have witnessed.
Thank you very much. And as I told you, this is not from the perspective of a teacher. This is from the perspective of a person who is with tourism from last 20 years. And I do believe that if you work on whatever we have discussed today, success is yours for all, forever. And we will be then quoting your example in further orientation that we have a student who have done that. So all the best. You are at the right place with right opportunities, with right mentors, and never hesitate to ask. That should be the motto for all of us. Ask also stand for to be inquisitive. So ask questions and focus on ask, attitude, skills, and knowledge. So thank you very much. Thank you, Rano, for the lovely host. And be in touch, students. Whenever you require any help, we all are always there to help you. And hope to see you all in Noida Center soon. So thank you very much. Thank you, Rano. Can we leave?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you may please leave. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, students. Go and have your lunch. Fatafat se return back at 3 p.m. for the next session. Thank you so much, all.